Pick up your ball and let's move it side to side. Lunge those legs right and left and start to move your ball on one side of your body and the other. Now let's think about taking that ball and imagine trying to pop the ball with your hands. So you're really putting a lot of pressure on that ball, trying to create almost an egg shape with it. Warming up the shoulders, warming up the back. Each time you pull the arms around, pull that shoulder blade back and keep lunging side to side. Breathing, inhale, and now take the ball and dip it below you. A bigger range of motion. Have fun with this. Just loosen up all the joints, increase the circulation throughout your body, and now bend your knees and take the ball and throw it up. Explode it up there, try to catch it. And again, down and up. Each time you bend deeper into that squat, and then explode that ball up and try to catch it. And now let's lunge side to side, and let's take the arms at a diagonal. So you're lunging to the left, pulling the ball up to the right and over your head, left and up, down and up. If you can, release that hand and trying to balance the ball on your right hand. Take it and balance, and now let's come back to center and take it down and up again. Find your balance, and again, let's take it, explode it over your head, and now the other side, diagonal, bending and lunging to the right, balancing the ball on your left hand. Okay, place your ball on the floor, sit on it, and roll out to your head and shoulders. Really get a comfortable position. The wider your legs, the easier it's going to be. If you want to, bring your knees together, and now bring one leg off the floor, really squeezing those knees together, pressing those glutes, and now let's switch sides. The big thing here is to drive those hips up. Squeeze the glutes, keep the hips high, and squeeze the inner thighs together. Again, switch sides. Remember, if this is too difficult, just keep both feet on the floor while you're squeezing the knees together. And again, if you find it that you feel unstable, drop your hands down as if you're trying to touch the floor. Just drape them over that ball. One last time. Good. So place your hips and lower back on the ball, hands behind the head, and now let's take it up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. Think about sliding those ribs toward your pelvis. Each time you bring the shoulders up, I want you to think about pulling the belly button toward the spine. Really think about exhaling as you come up, pulling the belly button in. Now remember, the higher your hips are on the ball, the more difficult the sit-up's going to be. So if you start to fatigue, you can roll the hips a little lower on the ball. Keep this movement going, making sure you keep your head in a neutral position. Don't use your hands to pull on that head. Making sure that each time you come up, you're pulling the belly button to the spine. We're going up and exhale. And really focus now. Think about those abdominals. Working, pulling and sliding the ribs toward the pelvis. Really small motion now. Just up, up, up. You might even want to touch your belly button, touch your ribs, and feel the action, feel it working. Feel the belly button pulling to the spine each time you lift your shoulders. Now let's work the obliques. So bring it up, take that rib to the right, and take it back down. Let's work the same side. Bring it high, rib goes to the pelvis, up high and lower down. So the action's up, over, keep it high and lower down. Keep that going, and breathe through this each time, pulling the belly button to the spine, really feeling the oblique, the right oblique. Give me two more. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. Hang in there. I know you're feeling it right now. Okay, last one. Okay, great. Let's finish it off with one last intensity rep. So what I want you to do is bring your hands down. Pull yourself up a little higher. Make sure the ribs are coming close to the pelvis. And if you want to even add more intensity, bring those hands overhead. Hold it there. Release it, and then now walk it out. Let's do another set of bridges. Keep those knees together as you bring one leg up. Keep the inner thigh together. The glutes are high. Let's switch to the other leg. If this is too difficult, you might want to just be squeezing those knees together, keeping both feet on the ground. But as you bring the legs up, the important thing is inner thighs are squeezing. Imagine having a quarter in between your inner thighs. Don't let the quarter drop. And again, don't let those hips start to lower down as you start to fatigue. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips high as you bring the legs off the floor. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep it going. Okay, let's roll it back and do our last set of sit-ups. Hands behind the head. Again, making sure that you're coming up for a count of 2. Each time bringing the rib cage toward the pelvis. It's It's a motion of up, up, down, down. And what I really like to do is I like to focus on pulling that belly button to the spine, each repetition, even closing my eyes, and each time thinking of doing a Kegel, a movement where you lift the pelvic floor. And now what I want you to do is keep those shoulders up. Just hold them up and count them up, up. Make it more intense now. Get in there, focus, belly button toward the spine. If you want to make this a little more difficult, start walking the legs a little closer together. That means the knees come together. Just hold it at the top. We're holding it at the top, and now we're taking it to the left side, working that left oblique. Bring it up, hold it at the peak, left and down. Up, to the left, back to center, and down. Keep it going. I know you're feeling it right now, and this is where all the work starts to begin, right here. All the changes in your body, so keep it going. And now, let's pull out one last rep. Use your hands to pull you a little higher. Arms go overhead. Hold it there. Breathe, breathe, and now just relax it out. Good job. If you want to, give yourself a nice back stretch. Stretch it out. Great. Now let's roll off that ball and get ready for some push-ups. Flip over and position the ball so that you can roll forward and have your waist and hips on the ball. Now come up on your fingertips right now. We want to strengthen and work on strengthening the wrist and fingers. Take one hand off the ground, and now let's switch sides and try the other. This is a difficult move, so don't get discouraged. After a bit of time, you're going to see it gets easier and easier, and we're working on strengthening the wrist and fingers, keeping the wrist straight. Notice there's no bend in the wrist. Okay, let's walk it out for a set of push-ups. Only go as far as you feel comfortable to do a full set of push-ups for a minute. Position your hands under your shoulders. And now, let's take the chest down and push it up. There's a bend in the elbow of about 90 degrees. Pushing up and down, really strengthening and holding on to the core, meaning abdominals are lifted, my inner thighs are tight. And now as I start to fatigue, I walk it back toward the ball so I can just get a few more push-ups out of the routine. Keep it going. Again, thinking inner thigh lifted. Don't let the back sway. Keep the abdominals lifted. As soon as you start to fatigue and you feel that back dropping down, I want you to walk it a little closer to the ball and do a few more. Trying to go for that full minute wherever you are in the ball. Thinking form is what we're after here. We don't want to be going and having a sloppy back, an arched back, everything's lifted, and now walk it all the way back in. Shake out, rest those arms, rest that chest. Good job. Place the elbows on the mat about shoulder width apart and about 2 feet in front of the ball. And now roll the ball over the shins as the hips come over the shoulders. Let's try that again. Roll the ball over the shins, hips come over the shoulders. Now this is a beginning move for a move that we're going to be doing a little later on in the routine. But right now, let's work the lower back and glutes by sliding back on the ball. Bring the elbows as close as you can to the ball. And now let's pull the hips up and let's pull the legs overhead. Legs overhead as we squeeze the glutes, making sure to keep the bones, your hip bones, pelvic bone on the ball so you really protect that lower back. What you want to do is squeeze the glutes, lift the legs overhead, and hold it up there for a count, then release. It's up, 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 and release. Abdominals are lifted, up, 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 and release. Another one, take it up there. Only go as high as you can to make sure that you keep the bones of your pelvis and your hips on the ball. And now let's hold it up there and just give me a slight pulsing motion and pulse it and lift and squeeze the buttocks and squeeze the inner thighs together. Okay, lower yourself down and let's move on to spinal extensions. So to do that, you need to reposition the ball underneath your hips. Roll on out. And now let's take those hands and take them overhead and then drop them behind, and let's get a good stretch for the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Release the hands overhead, and now come all the way over and drape over your ball. And now the most advanced way of doing this is to bring your hands up as you arch up, squeezing your glutes. I'm going to actually place my hands behind my head as I lift and lower, strengthening the muscles of the middle back, the upper back. And to protect the lower back, you really want to make sure you're squeezing your glutes and making sure that you're not compressing that lower back, but lifting out and away from it. Only go as far as you feel comfortable, really thinking about lengthening through that spine, keeping a neutral neck position, not trying to compress and crunch the lower spine, but to really strengthen those muscles of the back, to pull the shoulder blades back as you go up. And now lift this time, twist at the ribs, rotate, pull the shoulder down, come back to center. Let's do the other side. Come up, twist at the ribs, you're going to the left, rotate, and come back down. And release it. And now let's roll out on the ball for, again, a tuck position. So what I want you to do is roll the ball on the shins as you bring the knees toward your chest, and just rest the knees, rest on your shins. This is our resting position, and we'll always come back to this position if you feel tired. Now let's just practice the tuck. The tuck is bringing the knees into the chest as we roll the ball over the shins back and forth, always going back to that plank position, remembering to keep our core, our abdominals lifted, keeping that core strength throughout the entire movement. If you feel tired through any of these moves, you can always go back to that resting position, pulling those hips up and over your shoulders. Okay, let's try balancing with one leg off the ball. Hold it up there. Let's try the other side. Always making sure you're holding on to with those abdominals, inner thighs are squeezing together, and you're lifting, you're squeezing that glute. Let's switch sides. Hold it up there. Hold it. Fight for that balance. You can do it. Final side. Hold it up there. Lifting the abdominals, lower down. Okay, if you've mastered the tuck and the one-legged lift, let's put them together. Lift that leg and tuck with the one leg, rolling it in and out. Let's try the other side. Lift the leg, tuck it in, press it out. If this feels too difficult, keep just tucking with both legs and/or practicing your one-legged lifts. Let's go side to side here, tucking, lifting, using the glutes to keep the other leg lifted as you tuck and use those abdominals. And now let's try to set a diagonal. So we're pulling within with both legs, but we're twisting our body to one side at a diagonal and then the other. Again, just using a few different muscle groups, fighting for our balance, keeping the alignment. And let's finish off last side. And if you feel like you've mastered these moves right now, let's move on to one-legged pike position. Push up into pike position, bring the foot just a little bit off the ball, and then if you feel comfortable, take it all the way up over your hips. And let's try the other side. First of all, release that, bring it back up, let the leg hover over the ball, let it hover right there, and then bring the leg straight up in the air. Only go as far as you feel comfortable in your range of motion. Again, back to plank. Now let's do it on the other side. The leg hovers off the ball, and if you feel comfortable, take it up. Notice I haven't gotten my hips completely over my shoulders, and so it's a little harder. Try to get those hips right over your shoulders, hover over the ball, and then take it overhead and release it down. Okay, roll it back, and now flip over, lie on the mat, and put your feet up on the ball for a bridge. Let's take our hips off the floor and hands off the floor as we hold it there, squeezing the inner thighs together, trying to find that balance. Now bring the ball in and out. The easier way, the simplest way to do this is to put your hands on the mat as you roll the ball in and out, squeezing the inner thighs, digging those heels into the ball, really working the back of the leg, the hamstring, and the glutes. Now, you're going to recruit more muscle fibers if you take the hands off the floor, because you're going to have to use all those muscles to stabilize. Keep it going. Sometimes you can have them on the mat, sometimes off, but keep those hips high as you do this. Now, let's do a one-legged motion. If this feels too hard, keep both legs on the ball, but otherwise, try bringing one leg up and then the other as you roll the ball in and out. This really helps define the hamstring, and it really helps define the glutes. Okay, let's do an isometric contraction to work the hamstring. Take the ball, put it in between your heels and your buttocks, and start to squeeze it. If your ball's too big, just keep it on the floor and press your heels into it. Now think about just trying to pop that ball, trying to create an egg shape. Let's do the same thing, but this time put it between your legs and squeeze. You're using your inner thighs right now. Squeeze that ball together. Really try to change the shape of the ball. Push, push, push. Feel your inner thighs. If you want, even touch your inner thighs. If you want to add some core control, put your hands behind your head. Use your abdominals and actually drop your legs a little below the 90-degree angle And again, for added intensity, put the hands overhead. Hold it there, but I really want you to focus on inner thigh. And now let's create a scissoring effect. One leg forward, one leg back. Readjust the ball so it's right between those legs, squeezing the heel and the back of the leg into the ball, lifting the shoulders off the floor, extending the arms if you'd like, keeping those abdominals tight as you squeeze those legs together. Again, trying to change the shape of the ball. Doesn't look like I'm doing much, but it's a lot of intensity right now. Swivel that ball around and let's do the other side. Press the heels into the ball, press the feet into the ball and the shins and the calf as we squeeze the ball, working the back of one leg, the front of the other, and adding that core control by pushing the belly button down to the mat, lifting the arms overhead, bring it back to center. Okay, drop the ball to the floor and put your feet on top of the ball, heels together, feet parallel, knees together. And now, lift the hips off the floor, engaging the hamstring and the glute, lifting as you press the heels into the ball. The more beginning method is to keep your hands on the mat as you lift the hips up and down. So let's start there, really focusing on the hamstring, really getting a deep tightening effect in that part of the body. If you want to, you can take the hands off the ground, so you have to fight a little bit more to stabilize yourself, and then you can even take your elbows off to make it even more difficult. Keep focusing on keeping those legs parallel, squeezing those knees together, imagining you have a quarter right there and you don't want to drop that quarter. Keep it going, lifting up and down, focusing on the glutes, focusing on the hamstrings, tightening, and then relax it out. Good job. Now let's just stretch it out. Pull your right leg to your chest and now the left leg to the chest. Really stretch out the hamstring and glutes. Great job. Good workout.